Hello guys, kwaje? So we were talking about the environment. We were talking about
Have you seen those men? But Rahab ukisoma pale Joshua chapter 2, the whole of maandiko inasema
wewe mwenye nini ya mute tafadhali. So I want us to continue. Tulikuwa tumefika wapi? Tulikuwa tumefika wapi? Sama tuambie. But I think we are somewhere. So let me start from environment. Different type of environmental decision. I think hapo tulikuwa tumefika. And today we have focus na payoff table. Let us focus with payoff table. Kama time itallow, tutafanya decision tree. Tutamalizia decision tree. If time itallow, tutamalizia kesho decision tree. So let us write something to do with hata mkona notes. I don't think there is need for us to write. Sikia mtu alipata hiyo notes. Ama mkufungua hata. You had a lot of time to check. But my focus today is on environment of uncertainty. The environment of uncertainty. And we are going to set them. So for explanation purpose, I don't think nitaongelea sana. Sawa sawa. Unaona namba yangu ndio hapo. Haya. So you are saying environment of uncertainty. Uncertainty. Na tunaanza na swali. So tunafanya swali za payoff table. So payoff table. So number one, we shall focus on payoff tables. Tukimaliza payoff tables, tutaenda kwa decision tree. But for now, let us focus on payoff table. And we start with the first question. Let me look for a question which has the payoff table. Yuko kwa paper yetu kama, let me see. Just a minute. That is topic number 3. We can start with this sitting of November 2015. November 2015, question 1. November 2015. Question number 1. November 2015. Question number 1. Question number 1. I think that one will be okay. So umefika hapo kila mtu? November 2015. Question number 1. Now let me read the question. Now the question reads this way. Zomao Ltd is in the process of setting a selling price for one of its products. The 3 pieces are under consideration. 40. The 3 prices, I mean, are under consideration. We have 40, 43, and 44. The information is provided about the future demand of the product under different market condition. We have the market conditions and the demand in units for the 3 prices. So price ya 40, 43, na 44. Then I'm talking about the fixed cost is to be to 40,000, and the variable cost is 20 shillings. Required, advise the company on the best possible price to set for the product on the basis of the following. Number 1, max min. Number 2, so number 1, max. Number 2, max min. Number C, Laplace. Number 4, minimax. Then number E, advise Zomo Ltd whether it is worth acquiring the perfect information, assuming the cost of obtaining the information is 3,167. So number 1, max. So number 1, max. Now for max, this is where the person is optimistic about what is going to happen in the future. So one of the examples of an environment of uncertainty is max. Let us just give a definition and then find out swali. So max, we can say this is optimistic decision rule. This is an optimistic decision rule. This is an optimistic decision rule. Now, number 1 involves selecting alternative. Involves selecting alternative that maximizes maximum payoffs. That's the decision rule. So it's an optimistic decision rule, meaning that this person is optimistic about the future. Now, let us construct our payoff table. Now, if we go to the information given, we have the market conditions. Ukienda pale. Now we need to determine at each level the profit. Now let us start when when price is Kenya shillings 14. Now, present number one, best option. So best outcome or possible outcome. Now remember, when we're doing this question, this is the formula: price minus variable cost times quantity minus fixed cost. Itakupatia profit. So we are interested with the profit. So our outcome is the profit. So P is the variable selling price. Is the selling price. You come on board. Tunasema P iko sawa?
Iko sawa.
Sawa. Now P is the selling price per unit. P is the selling price per unit. V is the variable cost per unit. V is the variable cost per unit. Q is the quantity I have produced and sold. Quantity produced and sold. FC ni fixed cost. FC ni fixed cost. Now I was saying, now when price is 40, let us start when the price is 40. Not the best possible. So how many units are there? 40, but the best possible outcome. Unaenda kwa hiyo table yetu pale juu. Now when price is 40 and the best, variable cost ametuambia ni common, will not change. So variable cost is 20. Now, under the best possible outcome, how many units are they producing? Pale juu and the best, it is 18. 18,000. Then you remember to raise our fixed cost, which ni moja tu. So fixed cost is common for all. Now that is when price is 40 and the best possible outcome. And the best possible outcome. Ngoja kidogo tu, just a minute. So I think now it's okay. Sawa. Now, tukitoka kwa swali tunaenda kwa next. Bado under 40, because kwa 40 we have various options. Next is most likely. Most likely outcome. So kwa most likely outcome, now price is still 40. It's not changing. Variable cost is the same. It is not changing. Now, what is changing now? It is the number of units, which is 16,000. Kutoa fixed cost yako ni ngapi? To 40,000. Now, still under 40, when price is 40, we have worst possible outcome. Worst possible outcome. Worst possible outcome. Now, hii inaendaje? The worst possible outcome. Now, kwa worst possible outcome, the price is still 40 minus 20. Number of units will change. it is 12,000. 12,000. Then remember to raise to 40,000. So remember to raise the 240,000. Haya, tumemaliza ya kwanza. Ya pili, number two. Number two, when the price is 43. When price is 43. When price is Kenya shillings 43. Tunaanza na ya kwanza. Best possible outcome itakuwaje? Now price is 43. So the price is 43. Variable cost ni 20 shillings. Now tukienda kwa 43, the best possible ni number of units ni 16,000. 16,000 minus to 40,000. Number two, most likely outcome. Most likely outcome. Now for most likely outcome, if you can check it clearly, the price still remains 43. Variable cost is still 20. Ukienda kwa most likely of 43, wanasema ni 14,500. Ikiwa mtu anaiona, then you less to 40,000. Then you less to 40,000. Kutoka hapo tunaenda kwa worst possible outcome. Worst possible outcome. Worst possible outcome. So tunasema worst possible outcome, na hii bado ni 43 minus 20. Kenye na change ni the amount of units. So amount of units ni 10,000. 10,000 minus 240,000. Tutaweka baadaye. Then we go when the price is 44. So Kenya shillings 44. So number one, the best possible. Ukimaliza tuenda kwa most likely. Ukimaliza tuenda kwa worst possible outcome. Now price is 44. Variable cost is not changing. Number of units when we are in 44, but best possible the 14,500. Then 44 minus 20. Tunaenda kwa most likely. Au kuna minus to 40,000. This cost is common. 14,000 minus to 40,000. Then ya mwisho 44 minus 20 na minus times 8,000 minus to 40,000. So hii itakuwa ngapi? Now use your calculator now. So use the calculator. So ya kwanza itakuwa ngapi hiyo? Huyu anasema 120,000. I think that one is correct. Haya. Wakere 90. Ngoja kidogo niingie hapo. Mumeweka mingi. Inabidi ukiweka unaniambia which option. Kama 40 best option, 40 most likely, 40 worst. Ndio iko rahisi. Ukiandika hivyo namba naona nikipotea. Naona nikipotea. Acha nione. So hapa naona ukitoka kwa hiyo most likely 128,000. Anasema type sikusikii. So mimi napata hivyo. Type tafadhali, unakatika. Mimi najaribu kuongea. Na ngoja utype. Now akityping, let us answer part A, max. Now we need to come up with a table. So this is our table in Alaka. So we have the option, and the outcome. We have the option and the outcome. Inakaa hivyo.
Ngojea.
Atunasemaje?
Hizo figures.
Wapi kwa shida? Zangu ni wrong. Wacha.
Venye tu
Wapi
niliziandika
ndio
zimefuatana hivyo.
Ziko sawa?
Venye niliandika kiteremka tu.
Oh. Kwa hivyo yangu iko sawa, nimeweka.
Hapana. Ama tunapotea pahali.
Ai. Acha nifanye. So tukichukua 40 minus 20 times 18,000 minus 240,000 napata 120. $80. Oh, mimi ndio nimekopi vibaya. So it's supposed to be 80,000. Hapa ni 0. Haya, 43 minus 20 multiplied by 16,000. 128. Haya, 14,500, 93,500 iko sawa. minus 10,000. So it is 10,000. So 44 minus 20. 2024 times 14,500 minus 40,000. 108. 108,000. Take a 500. 96. 96,000. Then to take 80,000. That is minus 40 equals sawa. So is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, that one is okay. Now tukimaliza hapo, now we need to go to come up with the payoff table, because that is what we shall use to make our decision. Kama itakubali hapo. Inaonekana?
Inaonekana.
So we have three options. You have 40, 43 na 44. Na 44. Mbona inasumbua? 44. Go. And then our outcome, we have the best. Let me make a best. We have most. And we have worst. And we have the worst. Hivyo. Now kumbuke in any exam, your options zinakwanga vertically. So you need to remember that in any question, your options zinakwanga vertically, your outcome or the state of nature zinakwanga vertically. So make sure your options ziko always. So the alternative. So alternatives are variables zinakwanga on the vertical line, while the outcome zinakwanga on the other side. Now remember this one is at the payoffs. So tungeacha marafasi hapa. Wacha tuiandikie hapa. Remember these are the payoffs. Payoffs table. So remember these are the payoffs. Iko hapo inaonekana. They are the payoffs. So remember those are the payoffs. Now, when the price is 40 and the best, so 40 and the best, ni 120,000. 120,000. Aya, when it is 40, but most likely ni 80,000. When it is 40, but worse, 40, but worse, ni zero. Is zero. Now, when the price is 43, but best, you 108,000. Now, when it is 43, most likely, 93,500, we're getting minus 10,000. Aya, when it is 44 shillings, but best, you 108,000. When it's 44, but most likely, it is 96,000. Then when it is worse, it is minus 48,000. So that's our payoff table. That is our payoff table that you might encounter in any exam. Sorry, just a minute. Sawa. Nimeharibu kidogo kidogo tu. So hapo I think iko sawa. Now tunasema using max method. Now when we are using max, let us read this question. This is an optimistic decision rule. Now involves select alternative which maximizes the maximum payoff. So meaning we need to choose here the maximum payoffs. So you need to choose the maximum payoff. Now to 40 between 120, 80, and 0. Which one is the maximum? Which one is the maximum?
120.
120,000. Aya. In the 43. Kwa 43.
128.
128. So 128. Kwa ya mwisho is 108,000. Now pick. So select alternative that maximizes the maximum. So you pick maximum from the maximum. Ama kama ukumbuki hiyo, unaanzia from the left ukienda to the right. So kama ukumbuki hiyo, you just start from the left unaanza from the right ukienda from the right to the left. So from the right ni maximum, then maximum. So you pick maximum. So you pick maximum. Then once you get the maximums, then you also pick maximum. So select price of 43. Hapo nasema select price of 43 because it maximizes the maximum payoff. The maximum payoff. Sijui kama nimetoka kwa laini. So select price of 43. Select the price of 43 because it maximizes the maximum payoff. Because it maximizes the maximum payoff. That is number 1. Let's go to number 2. Max min decision rule. Max min decision rule. You allow me to copy this one pale juu. Then you allow me to copy this table pale juu. Vitumie iko pale juu. So for max, tumesema you select the price of 43 because it's the one which maximizes the maximum payoff. So select the price of 43 because it's the one which maximizes the maximum payoff. So table yetu hapa. So we have 43, 40, 43 na 44. 44. So hapa itakuwa tu kadogo because already you have the figures. Itakuwa inakaa tu hivyo ka simple one. So the best, most likely na worst. Iko hivyo. So we have 120. Remember there's the payoffs. Payoffs into bracket profits. Profits. So 120, 80,000 na 0. We have 128,000, 93, 500, then minus 10,000. We have minus 48,000, 96,000. I'm going to go to 108. Now let's go to the second one. The second one is about so the second one is about like what we do the one for Maximini. So Maximini, so we can write something about it. Criterion. Maximin. Criterion. So before we let us say something logo too concerning that one so that we can make a decision rule. Sijui kama side yenu inaonekana, kwangu naona ni kama net somehow inasumbua somehow, but sio sana. Okay, now what does the Maximin criterion states? Now this is how it says that it's a pessimistic decision rule. You say it is a pessimistic decision rule. Not pessimistic, yes, pessimistic. The other one was optimistic. So the first one for Maximax is an optimistic decision rule. This one is a pessimistic decision rule. So when you talk about pessimistic decision rule, is where the decision maker assumes worse is going to happen. So assumes, the decision maker assumes worse is going to happen. So assumes, iko na maji kidogo. So assumes that worse is going to happen. Is going to happen. Now, criteria involves selecting, involves selecting that alternative that minimizes Sorry, it involves select that additive that supposed to be maximizing, that maximizes minimum payoffs. Now we need to select. So remember, when we're talking about this kind of an item, we are talking about regrets. So sometimes we are talking about regrets. Now we need to reduce the aspect of regrets. So we started by selecting the minimum payoffs. So for example, here the minimum is 0. So you select 0. So start by selecting the minimum. So tunaanzia from the right to left. So you start by selecting the minimum payoffs. Now out of this minimum payoff, you select the maximum so that you reduce the aspect of regrets. So we maximize this, the minimum payoff. So out of the ile pesa kidogo tunaweza tunaangalia zote ni ngapi. Ndio kwa hizo zote kidogo tunachagua ile, kwa hiyo kidogo zote tunachagua yenye ni kubwa kidogo. So negative is worse. Negative 48,000 is worse. Negative 10,000 is worse. 0 is at least better. So we pick this one. So hapo tunasema division rule, select price of 40 which maximizes minimum payoffs. That one is the best one. So pick the price of 40 which maximizes the minimum payoffs, which maximizes the minimum payoffs. Mbona nini yangu iko leo hivyo? Saidieni kwaje? Mimi najua nikinaua na naona ikienda vibaya. So uko saidieni kwaje?
Mbaya.
Yes.
Iko mbaya.
Iko mbaya? I don't know what is the issue. Na wengine apart from huyo, na wengine yenyu kwaje?
Yangu iko sawa.
Iko sawa, inaonekana kabisa. Haina
Eh,
mbali.
Iko sawa.
Iko sawa kabisa.
kabisa.
Iko
Kabisa.
sawa.
Angalia WhatsApp.
Kama iko sawa basi ndio mimi naona kama net yangu ina bafa somehow. Sijui kama ni ama mimi ndio please. So kama iko sawa basi tunaweza endelea. Now let's go to the next one. Laplace criterion. Next. Laplace. So Laplace criterion. Laplace criterion. So this one involves assigning equal probabilities. Involves assigning equal probabilities and selecting maximum average payoffs. So it involves selecting or assigning equal probabilities to each payoffs, then selecting the maximum average payoffs. So involve assigning equal probabilities and selecting the maximum average probabilities. Now let us see. Let's do it here. So together at the price of 40 itakuwaje? Now tuko 120. Now 120,000 we multiply the equal probability. Now what will be the equal probability of B, M, and W? B, M, and W? What will be the equal probabilities of the three? So ni kumaanisha if you want to get the equal probabilities, una count the number. Kama ni 1, 2, and 3. So itakuwa ni 1/3 plus 80,000 times 1/3 plus 0 times 1/3. Tukienda kwa 43, 128,000 probability, equal probability ni 1/3. 93,500 times 1/3. Aya, minus 10,000 times 1/3. Tukienda kwa 44, 108,000 times 1/3. 96,000 times 1/3. Minus 48,000 times 1/3. Now give me the figures. Give me the figures. So the figures na ngoja. Wanasema the figures ni ngapi? Ya kwanza okay. That one 120,000 times 1/3 plus 80,000 times 1/3. Tunapata 66,000 666.67. 128,000 times 1/3 plus 93,500 times 1/3 plus minus 10,000 times 1/3. Tunapata 7,500. 7,500. Then ya mwisho 108,000 times 1/3 plus 96,000 times 1/3 plus minus 48,000 times 1/3. So 52,000. 52. Now, once you do that, we pick the maximum. The maximum is 7,500. Tunasema select price 43 because it maximizes maximum average payoffs. So you select that one because it maximizes the maximum average payoffs. The maximum average payoffs. Iko sawa? That is for Lapres. Go to the next one. After Lapres, you have the minimax. Minimax criterion. Minimax criterion. Minimax criterion. So allow me to drop this one. So umeandika hadi hapo. So minimax criterion. So minimax. So the minimax. Now for that one, I think we need to calculate the regrets. For that one, we need to calculate the regrets. We need to calculate the regrets. Now, let me show you this one. Sasa kuvuta hii nini? Hii table because bado tujamaliza kuitumia. So I don't want to do away with it. Mpaka tutamaliza the whole question. So question au application tutamaliza this topic. Tutaingia another topic. Now tuko tunaongelea the next item we are supposed to calculate is minimax criterion. Minimax criterion. So it also called minimizing regret. So nilikuwa natumia PDF especially iko in Word document. You can go and read that one. Iko na all the definitions that you need. In case of kuuliza kwa exam. Now so involves minimizing potential. Involve minimizing potential regrets associated with the payoffs. Now, we need to define what's a regret, but we had defined it in our previous class. So we said it is the difference. Kama nakumbuka, it is the difference between. So it is the difference between maximum possible payoffs minus less actual payoffs of its outcome. That's the definition. That is the difference between the maximum possible payoff less the actual payoffs. Another way which you can define the word regret, it is the maximum. It is a situation where a person might regret after making a decision. Now, steps. So step number one. Let's talk about steps. Number one, calculate regrets. Calculate regrets. Now, once you calculate regrets, number two, for each alternative, comma, find the maximum regrets. Find maximum regrets. Now, number three, choose minimum from the maximum regrets. Now, remember our objective here. Is to minimize our regrets. Now, for us to minimize our regrets, we need to compute regrets. To compute our regrets, so to analyze the regrets, we choose the maximum regrets. Now, out of those maximum regrets, we pick the minimum so that we minimize the maximum possible regrets. So step number one. Let us start with the step number one. So tunakuja na new table. So tumie table to calculate. So we have better, best, moderate, mengine kwa worse. Zilikuwa tatu. So side ingine we have 40, 43. Now the difference between the maximum and the actual. Now tunaanza na ya kwanza, tunaanza na ya best. I think iko sawa. Tunaanza na ya best. So kuna mwenye kuna swali? Tunaanza na ya best. No, kwa ya best. Mnaenda kwa best ukiteremka. So hapo kwa very keen. Usiende vertically, usiende horizontally, I mean, uende vertically. So kwa best ukiteremka chini. Which one is the maximum payoff? Which one is the maximum payoff?
128.
No, 128. No, 128 is the maximum. Now, we less from the others. So, for example, ya kwanza kama ni 128, yote na hii ya juu kwa 120, itakuwa ni 128,000 minus 120,000. Inakuwa ni 8,000. Amina kwa nini chini yake? Itake ni 128. 128 minus 128 0. Zero sivyo? Haya. 128 minus 108. That one is 20,000. Haya, next. The maximum is 96. So 96 minus 96,000 minus 80,000. 16,000. Aya, 96 minus 93. 500. 2,500. Alafu huyu ni ngapi? Ni 0. Next. And next ni the maximum ni 0. So 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 10,000. So it's 10,000. Then it will be equal to 48,000. So we pick the maximum, then the minimum. So we pick the maximum, then the minimum. So what is the maximum? The maximum hapa ni 16,000. Aya, hapa ni 25,000. Na hapa ni 48,000. Now we are supposed to pick that one. Pick that one. Pick price 44. Pick the price of 44. Pick the price of 44. Reason why? Tutasema pick price of 44 because it minimizes the maximum regrets. So in that case, you need to calculate regrets. In that case, you need to calculate the regrets. You need to calculate regrets. Now, mwingine ataamua afanye hivi, ataamua asicalculate regrets. So huyo anasema hiyo ya 10,000. Is it negative or not? Not negative.
Negative minus a negative is equal to a positive.
So 0 minus 10,000. So the maximum is 0, but you pick the other. So 0 minus 10,000. 0 minus 10,000. Then 0 minus 14,000. Itakuwa ni positive. So you are supposed to pick the last one. You are supposed to pick the last one. You are supposed to pick the last one. Iko sawa? Now let's go to number 3. Number next. The last one. Advise Zamu on aspect of acquiring information. Now, with that one, you need to calculate some items. Let us see what are some of those items that you need to calculate so that we advise this person if he should accept the information or not. So let us see. Now, that one becomes the environment. You allow me to rub this one. Lakini sitavuta hii table. I would sitavuta hii table. Ama tufanye hivi.
Hiyo ya mwisho iko sawa.
Haiko?
Kama hiyo ya 43, sasa si tunatafuta maximum. Hapo umeweka 25 hapo.
Unasema hapa?
Hiyo ya 43.
43 gani hiyo? Mimi sio 43. Oh, unasema hii? So we pick
10.
Masini maximum. Ni 10, not 20. Hii ni 2,500.
oh. Let's see again. Nasema hapo tunachukua maximum 16 or 10,000. na ngapi? Now, ukishachukua maximum, we pick the minimum. Now, okay, the minimum ni hii. So once we pick the maximum, we pick the minimum. The minimum ni hiyo. Sasa inafaa kuwa 43. Hivyo, sivyo? Supposed to be 43. So you're supposed to pick product 43. Iko sawa?
Iko sawa.
Iko sawa. Haya. Hii table sasa kuivuta because I want to confirm something with this table. So sasa kuvuta hii table ya chini. So ile sababu zingine nafanyia kando kando. Now go to part B or part E. Advise Somao Ltd whether it is worth acquiring the information, assuming the cost of obtaining information is 31 76. 31 76. Now, with that one, we go to environment of risk. That one, tunatoka kwa environment ya uncertainty. Tunaenda kwa environment of risk. Na nimesema sivuti table. The table na yacha up for now. Because of, I know why. Nataka tuone kama we shall get the same answer or not. Tutasema, so tunatoka number 1 tulikuwa tumefanya environment of uncertainty. Number 2, environment of risk. And another, the first one, expected monetary value. This one is expected monetary value. Now, how do we get the expected monetary value? Now is equals to, so for definition, it is the average expected value. It represents the average expected value. That is PDF, we shall check. Now, it is a summation of payoffs times probability. So tuanze ya kwanza, when the price is 40. So when the price is 40, now remember hatuna probability. Now what do we do? Kama hatuna probability, then the format itakuwa hivi. Summation of payoff over n. Kwa sababu hakuna probabilities in that case. So juu hakuna probabilities, that is the only way you can do that equation. So acha tuone. 120 plus 80,000 over 3. Sababu ni tatu. Best, moderate na worst. So inakuja ngapi? 120 plus 80,000, so plus 0. Nimesahau kuambia plus 0. Sababu ni tatu. 80,000 plus 0 divided by 3. So napata 666.67. When we talk about 43, we have 128 plus 93,500 plus minus 10,000 divided by 3. Then when we have 44, itakuwa ni 108 plus 96 minus 48,000 divided by 3. So 128,000 plus 93,500 minus 10,000 divided by 3, which is about 70,500, 108,000 plus 96,000 minus 48,000 divided by 3, 52. Now this is how you get the expected monetary value. That is number one. And you are saying expected monetary value is a selection criteria which calculates the average or the expected financial outcome or the profits. Number two, we need also to find number B. Nifanyie hapa ika itaonekana E or L, expected opportunity loss. Expected opportunity loss. Expected opportunity loss. Opportunity loss. Now, for you to get the expected opportunity loss, this is the formula. Summation of the regrets you divide by n. So the regrets is hapa, ndio maana nilikuwa nasema sitavuta. Regrets you divide by n. So siko to calculate hizo tuone. Let us compute the regrets. Tuone zinaenda aje. Acha nivute hii hapa because we don't need it. So nitaka compress hapa kidogo. I hope itaonekana side yenu. You shall allow me to compress it here. So ilikuwa tushapeana verdict. So we don't need it. So tushatumia. Hizi tumeshatumia. Tuvitoe. Na tufungulie nafasi. Sawa. Now let us start with the one for 43 shillings. Tuanze na price ya 40. Tuanze na price ya 40 shillings. Now tukianza na price ya 40 itakuwa ni 80,000 plus 16,000 plus 0 divided by 3. Ukienda kwa ya 43 unajua ni 0 plus 25,000, 0 plus 25,000 plus 10,000 plus 10,000 divided by 3. Ukienda kwa ya mwisho ya price ya 44 unajua 20,000 plus 0 plus 48,000 divided by 3. So mnipe hizo haraka haraka. Mnipe hizo figures haraka haraka. Now itakuwa ni 80,000 plus 16,000 divided by 3. Which ni ngapi hapa? 32,000. Kwa hiyo tunapata hivyo 25,000 plus 10,000 divided by 3. Napata 11,666.67. So I hope inaonekana. And then tunamalizia na 20,000 plus 48,000. So I hope tulifanya hizi vitu correctly. 22,666.67. Yes.
Hiyo ya 40 na ya 43.
Yeah.
40 na 43.
Haiko sawa. Umechukua 80,000 umechukua 80 na ilikuwa ni 8,000, alafu hii nyingine ya pili umechukua 25 na ni 2,500.
Hebu rudia tena, rudia ya mwisho.
Ya 40 ni 8K, ya 43 ni 4167.
Ai, mimi sielewi. Ati ya 40 ni?
Ya 40 ni 8,000.
8,000 plus kumbuka ni regrets. Si regrets zetu hizi hapa.
Tunaongeza tuna divide by 3.
Eh?
Tunaongezea tuna divide by 3.
By 3.
Hiyo ni 4 divide by 3.
24. Oh, 80,000.
Eh,
Nimeona. 80,000.
alafu hiyo ingine ni 2,500, si 25k. So itakuwa 4167 ama 4166.666.
Hivyo, haya. Na wa mwisho
Sawa.
iko sawa. Now, that is the EOL. Now, hiyo iko sawa. I think haina shida. Now, you pick the lower. So the EOL will be the lower of those figures, of the graded figures. Now, which is the one is the lower? 8,041, so ni 4167, sivyo? EOL 4167. 4167. So that is the answer. So you make decision using the EOL, you get pick. So the answer tungesema for EOL, pick price 43, because it minimizes regrets, because it minimizes the regrets. It minimizes the maximum regrets. It minimizes maximum. Haya, so tumefanya EMV, EOF, the last one now. Now the last one is about the expected value of perfect information. So expected value of perfect information. So inakwanga expected value of perfect information. Nimetoka kwa nini kidogo. Acha niweke juu, kumeshaona. Acha niweke hapo kidogo. Hiyo si yako sawa? So itakuwa EMV into bracket best decision minus EMV chosen decision. So it's equal to EMV best decision. So hiyo ndio inaitwa expected value, ama zingine inaitwa VOI. Sometimes inaitwa VOI. Sometimes inaitwa VOI. So hii VOI, value of information, ni same na hiyo expected value of perfect information. Now tunasema ni EM of the best decision minus chosen. Now our chosen ndio hii hapa. Our chosen EMV. Tulipika hapa. So kwa EMV you pick the maximum. The maximum ni hii. Unaona hii? Na hapa ungechukua pick, hatukuandika, tutaandika wapi? Wacha niwape answer ya hiyo. Then niandike hapa. Now for EMV tujapeana decision rule. So tunasema for this one EMV pick price 43 because it maximizes the maximum expected value. Because it maximizes because it maximizes penyangu nikaa imeisha, because it maximizes the maximum expected monetary value. So pick price P3, price 43, because it maximizes the maximum EMV. Na kwa sababu hapa minus. So our answer is 70,500. Now we need to find the best decision. We need to find the best decision. How do you find the best EMV for the best decision? This one is for the chosen one. So this one is for the chosen one. Now wacha nikute sasa tukimalizia hii. Now for the chosen one, this is how you do it. For the decision rule, best decision. And for the best decision, this is how you find it. So this is the formula. EMV is equals to best.
Just camera.
Oh, near just hapo. So nachukua best payoff times probability. But because you don't have probability, it's supposed to be summation. What you do, you find summation of the best payoff over n. Best. So BP inamaanisha best payoff. Best payoff times probability. Ndio tuna probability of the state of nature ni best payoff over n. Ndio tunaanza na kwanza. Kwa ya B, tukitaruka chini. Which one is the best? Which one is the best? Kwa B, tukiteremka, the best ni ngapi?
128.
Haya, kwa M.
96.
Haya, kwa mwingine. Hivyo.
0.
So that is what. Iko sawa? So that is the best payoff. So nachukua 128,000 plus 96,000 divided by 3. So mimi napata 74. 666.67. So 74,666.6. Now this figure lazima ikuwe the same na EOL. So kwa example ukipata sio the same, ujue umeanguka. So if utapata hapa lazima ikuwe same na the EOL. So that's the maximum amount of the maximum amount that you might incur to obtain additional information. So minus 7,500. Unapata hivyo? Unapata hiyo figure? Now, let's go to our question. The last question. Alikuwa anatuambia advise Zamu whether it is worth acquiring the information at which cost? At a cost of that 167. Now, this is the market cost for you to get the information. So ukienda kwa market, you shall pay this amount to acquire information. Aya, but wewe unaambiwa for 167. Do you accept or reject? So kwa market, you are supposed to be charged that 3,167. But ukienda kwa market anakuambia you need to pay 4,167. So do you think they are overcharging you or they are not?
Overcharge.
Yes. So what's your advice? Reject the offer. So reject the offer to acquire information at a cost of 4,167. So reject the offer. So tunasema ndio hapo. So you're supposed to reject the offer. Reject the offer of acquiring information at a cost of 41.67 because it is expensive. It is expensive because it is expensive. Now, when we're talking about VOI, na EOL, we are talking about the same thing. Now, EOL, we are trying to minimize regrets. But the figure is the same now, yeah, expected value of perfect information. Now, what is VOI? VOI is the maximum amount of cost that we can pay to acquire information. So how much do we pay in order to acquire information? We're talking about the VOI. So VOI tries to tell us how much do we pay in order to acquire information. Now the examiner ametuambia to pay that 167, but from the market ametuambia we pay 41.67. So meaning they are overcharging us. So we need to do what? We reject the offer. We find another way until the price becomes 31.67. Now that is all about the environment of risk. Kwa risk inakuwa tu EMV, the regret. After we find the regret, we find the EOL. After we find the EOL, now we can find the value of perfect information. Remember, for exam, sio necessary you calculate the VOI kama umesha calculate the EOL kwa sababu the answers is the same. So kwa exam, kama nakwambia find the EOL na chini yako nakwambia pia find the EMV. So ya kwanza utafanya VOI venye iko chini yako useme the VOI will be the same as the EOL. So to save your time. But kama kuna time you can calculate all of them, but it will give you the same answer. So that is one example of a payoff table. So tomorrow tutakuja tuingie another payoff table kama moja kama mbili, tutaangalia from the recent now, maybe yenye imefanyika the other day, then we introduce decision tree.
Fanye moja iko na probabilities.
Probability. Decision tree iko na probability. Anasema so ulikuwa unasemaje? Ni kama nilikuwa nimeepa. Mwenye alikuwa anaongea there, so person who was talking.
Nilikuwa nasema kesho tufanye moja iko na probability.
Yes. So kesho tutafanya moja iko na probability. And then tukishafanya moja iko na probability, then now we can introduce the decision tree. Tukifanya decision tree, I think tutakuwa sawa. Maybe to introduce the marginal costing, but nilikuwa na prefer tufanye marginal costing for pricing decision as chapter 4 we ndani. And then you have CVP analysis, that is a break-even point analysis. So for single product and the multiple product. So kesho tunajaribu tutoke mapema from 9 tuanze by kama kawaida tumalize mapema before ifike noon. So that one is for November 2015. Tomorrow we shall pick another one. I can give you about the issue. So you have a lot of questions actually in the past paper concerning that one. Kwa ile PDF yetu niliwatumia kuna some questions zenye wamesolve hapo where you can try and solve some as you wait for tomorrow. So tomorrow itakuwa very huge class. So make sure you don't miss kwa sababu decision tree iko na mambo mingi. So I think that one is okay. Yeah. I think we don't have anything else. Paul Palma, you have a question?
Niko fiti, I am okay.
Oh, nice. Kama Paul Palma ako sawa, najua wengine mko fiti. So we meet tomorrow. Haya.
Shop for everything content.